So welcome back. We are Something Cray,
Cray.
and my name is Richard.
Becky.
Jessica.
And we have a guest, our sister Alondra.
Hey.
And
she might become a regular guest here and there.
Yeah, and basically we wanted her to join us for this discussion that we're gonna have.
Because it involves all of you that are our age.
Yeah, it involves teenagers, and it's something that we all think should be said, you know, because if we keep doing stupid things, we're gonna end up being stupid. And that's stupider than we already are. But we can start by calling other people stupid. The school system, for example. Do you want to take control of this?
Yes, I am upset about it because...
I'm furious as well.
She's furious as well, because...
This is Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools,
Yes.
UTW.
All the time, they don't let us choose what school we get to go to. They make us go where we want to go. Okay. Maybe that's good, so we don't have like crazy people going everywhere. But the school assignment. Again, this is the second time they denied me to go to Reagan, so I'm stuck in North again for sophomore year, which I'm upset about because they sent me this stupid letter saying you have been denied because you are too smart to be left to leave from North.
And I go to Reagan, so she has to go to Reagan. It's not fair.
I go to Glen.
Nobody cares.
And by calling the school system stupid, we definitely mean that the school system doesn't tend to listen to us. I kind of commented on this because for example, I talked about bullying one time, and I called out the school system and how they didn't do anything about bullying. But Dr. Martin came in and told us, you know, this is what we're doing. So I guess that's good. But I guess unless we talk about it, nothing will happen.
You're not going to listen.
Yeah. I mean, they can't hear those who don't speak, correct?
Exactly.
So we just wanted to...
Preach it, Richard.
We just wanted to comment on how maybe the school system needs to listen or improve, or maybe not just listen but change what they need to change. Yeah, handle things better. And so we're gonna move on, and now we're gonna talk about things teenagers do.
Teenagers.
Some teenagers, we're not saying all,
Yeah.
but a lot of.
We want to talk about how teenagers are getting tattoos. Unless I'll keep going on that later. How they're getting tattoos, they're doing drugs, they're having sex, and we're also going to comment on what it's like being a Christian teenager in a not very Christian society. And then we're also going to end with a teenager's role in the family. And I guess we could start with tattoos.
Okay. Unless it's something that is like absolutely necessary, like you will die unless you get this tattoo, whatever. I don't think it's necessary while you're in high school to get a tattoo of your boyfriend's name, or your girlfriend's name.
Okay, that's just stupid. You don't know anything about the relationship and where it's going to be 5 years from now. 5 days from now, you can break up. I mean...
Right, I agree.
You're going to have their name written on your back like in huge large letters. What are you going to do then?
You know, the surgery to remove that is painful and costly, and you're a teenager. You don't have that kind of money.
And I feel like if you're going to get a tattoo, if you're going to get a tattoo at this age, it has to have a lot of meaning behind it that isn't a relationship that can break. For example, like if a relative dies,
Your
or
mother, your father,
yeah,
somebody really close to you.
Exactly. And especially if you're a Christian and then you tattoo a cross or something on you. That's kind of
Is that
iffy.
you're trying to show people that you're a Christian?
Right, because my
it's
cousin...
not the way you dress. Like, I don't have to go around dressing like in a skirt all day.
Right. It's
to be a Christian.
how you speak and how you present
yourself while talking about Jesus.
Exactly.
And the Bible.
And, for example, a Christian tattoo does not make you Christian. Just like one of my cousins posted online, she said, going to church doesn't make you a Christian as being in a garage doesn't make you a car. So you have to act on what you are, not just write on yourself or dress a certain way, or even like pretend to be one person at home and pretend to be one person at school. I guess we can move on to drugs.
Bad.
Moral of that unless it has significant meaning and you really, really believe in it.
Right.
Don't tattoo anything on your body that you're gonna regret. Like,
Even if there's that little bit of doubt, don't do it. Well, we can start on drugs.
Well, personally, none of us have ever done or tried drugs.
Nope.
So.
Except Vicodin when I got my molars removed. But I only took one of those and I wasn't in pain anymore.
And that was necessary.
Right.
It wasn't like, oh, I want to feel good. Let me smoke this.
Basically,
Every
people
drug
who-
has a consequence,
Right.
just to let y'all know.
and what frustrates me is that people who don't care about their future, or who do care about their future, they're destroying their future
Exactly.
by doing drugs, because there are drugs that you can easily get hooked on. And some people are like, oh no, weed isn't a drug. Well, actually it is, because
Why
it's
do you think it is?
pharmaceutical in certain states. I think in California there's pharmaceutical weed. Pharmacies sell drugs, so that's like medication. And then
And just to let you know, if you get caught with drugs, that's going on your permanent record. It's going to be very difficult for you to get into college if you want, or get a job.
right.
and if
You really think of somebody that has like the same qualities and like education as you do, and they're perfect, like with the same things you're not perfect, but you know what I mean. And you have a criminal record and they don't. Who do you think they're gonna hire?
if you have like a friend that doesn't do weed or doesn't do drugs, don't like call them lame for not doing that, because it's not something you should brag about, because it kills your brain cells and it's really bad for you.
Exactly, and I bet you guys have all heard it. Oh, it kills your brain cells. Oh, it just looks bad. But honestly, if you want to have a future, if you care about your future and your body, if you have self-respect, you shouldn't do drugs. Recreational drugs. Because, I mean, if it's like, if you go to the doctor and they prescribe you some medication, that's perfectly fine. But abusing drugs like weed, acid, ecstasy, roofies, cocaine, crack, what other ones? Because I know LSD, things like that. And then other medications that people use all the time, like Vicodin, they're like pill poppers.
Oxycontin.
Right, Xanax, those kinds of things. And you're probably like, how do you even know that? It's because people talk about it at school. It's not like...
Don't act like everybody watching this video, oh, drugs? What are those? I mean, everybody has either been pressured or talked to or asked, do you want drugs? Or has seen drugs somewhere.
Right.
Mostly it's at school.
And...
We're not trying to put anybody down, but
Right, we're
No,
not.
we're not.
We're just telling you, get your life together. Because this is just the beginning of your life. And if you started off wrong, you're going to keep going down that same track. And we'll get more on tracks and fixing your life a little bit later. You want to talk about sex?
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
Well, sex, I think, should be between a husband and a wife. That's what it says in the Bible, and that's what I believe. I don't care if you call me lame or whatever you want to call me. That's what I believe. And I think teenagers now are rushing into sex. And I'm sorry, Bishop, but some guys really do pressure girls a lot by saying, if you love me, you'll show me physically. No, if you love me, you won't make me do that.
All right.
If you love me, it'll just be between us emotionally. I'm not saying, like, don't kiss each other. Okay, that's fine, maybe. But don't try to, like... I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like,
Don't do other things that could lead you to wanting to have sex.
if
or
you
feel-
have sex, you have to be ready for the consequence of getting pregnant, getting someone else pregnant, or getting an STD.
Right.
yeah.
And like this goes for everyone, including if you've done it in the past and you're like, you know what, I don't want to do that anymore because, you know, it's not right. Or you see how everyone else's lives are being destroyed or messed up socially, emotionally, because they have had sex at a young age. And
For girls, mostly, having sex with a guy too fast can ruin your reputation. You don't want to be going around called the school hoe, you're the whore, and then the guy's over there telling his friend, and he's getting applauded and getting high-fived.
Yeah.
And that's how bad society is. Like, girls are labeled as the whores, and the guys are like, oh man, for real, you did that with her? Oh man, I bow down to you. What the?
right, and
No.
that's actually not good at all. Like, girls should, you know, guys sometimes they're ignorant. This goes for straight guys, gay guys, bi guys, any kind of guy. Because I know that a lot of people in the gay community, they go around having sex with each other. And then straight guys, a lot of them, or few of them, I don't know, it really depends on the school, your community, they are having sex with a lot of girls. And then there are girls that don't feel like they mean anything unless they have sex. And that's not true at all. Because you don't have to have sex to feel perfectly fine about yourself.
And another point, girls, like these days, I've been seeing it a lot on Facebook, they're just like putting themselves down and putting themselves in a position to where, you know, things like this happen. Like they get caught up with a boy or numerous boys that tell them good things about themselves and they end up having sex with them.
And
Yeah.
it seems like to
It's
become
mostly
more
the
and more
girls
popular.
with really low self-esteem. Like, why would you put yourself
Publicize
down like that?
Don't.
Right. You don't need other people to make you confident. And another thing I was going to say is it seems like girls on Facebook, the more and more clothes that comes off your body, the more people like and comment on your stuff. Well, does that make you feel good? Does it make you feel good that you have to strip
Expose
yourself down, expose yourself to the world to feel attractive or to feel liked? Because that's not
Yeah.
That just
necessary.
labels you as like a whore to a lot of people. And guys will think, oh, maybe
She's
she'll do
easy.
stuff with
Right.
me if she wants to show herself like that.
Right.
No.
And so you kind of set yourself up to get hurt if you do that kind of thing.
I think it should make you feel better if you just take a plain picture of you and then people like it. And then, like, you don't have to take off all your clothes for guys. They shouldn't just like it just because you're half naked.
Right. And this is coming from us, who we aren't perfect, and we know that. And we don't feel like a perfect person should come up here and try to tell everyone how to do things. We're coming from a position where we've either done something stupid or we've seen people around us do stupid things and we see how it's destroying their lives or how it's affected us. And we're coming to you guys, the viewers, trying to show you that, you know, we've either stopped it or we're working on whatever we have issues with and we're doing just fine. And there are things that we don't have to do to get ourselves attention, like sex, drugs, and tattoos, that kind of thing. And that kind of brings me on to the topic of being a Christian in high school.
But, yeah, I used to have low self-esteem issues when I was younger because I used to be overweight. And now I may be a little bit overweight, but I'm still confident with myself knowing that God made me wonderful and He made me in His eyes and He loves me the way I am. And I don't need nobody else to tell me what I need to look like. I don't need society telling me what I need to look like. I know what I need to look like. I look fine and God loves me and I feel good about myself and I don't need anybody else telling me that, oh, well, she's fat, don't talk to her. No, you don't need to feel that way. Ever. Do not let anybody try to make you feel bad about yourself.